Why can't I control my restless mind? I'll just paraphrase it. How can I control my restless mind? Is the chapter header for Bhagavad Gita chapter 6. Why can't I control my restless mind is the problem statement, and how can I control my restless mind is the solution, which is given in chapter 6 by Lord Sri Krishna. This is $1 trillion industry. How to control my restless mind is $1 trillion industry, and why can't I control my restless mind is $1 trillion question. There are books which get sold in millions of copies and soft copies. There are coaches who are making tons of money because people have this real problem. And let us see what Lord Krishna, God himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, gives guidance to all of us through Arjuna. How I can control my restless mind is in chapter 6. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita for Life Hub. Today we are going to deal with this, and it's a extensive discussion. Krishna elaborately explains in chapter 6. People ask me to do 2-minute videos. A lot of people will watch. Our idea is not people watching. Our idea is for people's transformation. They have to transform. They have to invest at least 1 hour of their time in this. I know people go pay tons of money and soak in this knowledge for 3 days, 5 days. They go to coaches for mind control workshops and retreats. So 1 hour, 20 minutes of a video to help you to calm your mind, your restless mind, is not a big investment. Please stay with me. Those people who do not have much time, you pause it after 10 minutes, whenever you find time. Slowly you finish this 1 hour or 1 hour 20 minutes. Let us see how much it comes to. Now in the 6th chapter begins with this: who is a true yogi? Traditionally, to calm the mind, to control the mind, to fix the mind, the traditional way in the Vedic system is yoga system. And in the traditional way, the yoga system is, we discussed already in chapter 5, Ashtanga Yoga, where a couple of shlokas Krishna introduced, and then I said there that in 6th chapter he will elaborate it, and here he is elaborating it. To control the mind, the best way is Ashtanga Yoga process or any yoga process. Yoga means linking up with the Lord, linking up with Krishna. If you don't internally align yourself with God and God's message, and you don't apply that in your real life, then it's impossible to control your mind. It's a mechanical tool. It's matter only. It is not spirit. And in Katha Upanishad and later in purports of Bhagavad Gita also, we understand through Katha Upanishad that mind is the reins and our sense organs are the horses. We have to control our sense organs with the reins. That is the way to control. That means basically our organs are engaged. We want to see something, and then mind will see that and carries away. All that was discussed in bits and pieces from 1st chapter to 5th chapter. Everywhere this was already discussed. Like if you focus your mind on one small thing, it can get carried away, and then you are lost. You fall. This was briefly explained in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita and later in other chapters also. And in 5th chapter and in continuation to this, again same thing is discussed, that we have to control our sense organs. We cannot allow them to get carried away. We have 5 knowledge acquiring senses, 5 working senses. Above them is the mind. And throughout, from the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna and Krishna are having a conversation about 90 minutes only. Before the war, how much time they will have. In that 90 minutes, all this discussion came. But we, like 40 years, we are analyzing and trying to understand. And because we are Kali Yuga brains, we don't have that much intelligence. What Arjuna could understand in 90 minutes, 40 years later also, I'm struggling to grapple this with knowledge because I'm in an ecosystem even more tough than 5,000 years ago. However, this is a timeless question, and Bhagavad Gita, eternal answer, timeless answer. It's not that 5,000 years ago people did not have this question. Then also it was a trillion, instead of dollar, maybe trillion gold coin question at that time. Now it is $1 trillion question. That's the only difference. But people had the same problem of controlling the mind. And here Krishna talks about who is a true yogi. In all the 5 chapters, Arjuna is thinking as 2 separate things. He don't want to, that is a traditional system also. Arjuna is thinking that he must give up and take and become a sannyasa. That means he must give up this troublesome work and become a sannyasi to approach God and go back to kingdom of God. He's separating them. In my situation, as a grihastha, I'm a married man with children, I have a job, I'm a commander in an army, I'm getting a salary, I have some duties. And how to do this unless I give up this work and become a monk? I just shave my head or take a danda, become a sannyasi in a spiritual organization in today's context, or in those days they used to go to forest or to the mountains to sit and meditate. And Krishna brings a beautiful context. Here we see the 2 paths. Who is a true yogi? Both are yogis here. Krishna is telling. Arjuna was thinking he himself is not a yogi. Yogi means the person on the left is wearing saffron clothes, renunciant, he's having a matted locks, he's holding a danda, he has taken sannyasa vows, and he's going to the forest or mountains. And Krishna is telling he is not a real yogi. He's a yogi, but true, in the truest sense. Arjuna, you could be a yogi without giving up your job. As you are working as a commander and performing your duties as a husband, as a son, as a son-in-law, as a father, all these things, as a soldier, when you are performing these duties, you could also be a true yogi. Sannyasi means yogi only. Why do they take sannyas? That means sannyasa means giving up all these attachments. So physically they will separate themselves. They will give up wife, they will give up children, they will give up properties, they will give up jobs, work, everything. So now they have completely freed themselves, and then they totally dedicate into connection with the Supreme. This is sannyasa. Now Krishna is giving a better solution. He is not a sannyasi actually, but a person like you, Arjuna, while performing all your duties, you can be in a better position, you can be a better sannyasi than him. You are also a sannyasi. He is redefining the word sannyasa. I'll read these shlokas, and then why sannyasi? Because he can control his mind. Because we are disturbed, no? Arjuna is only thinking, he's perplexed. How can I control my mind? Sannyasa means very easy. He has already given up. He's no more thinking of his wife, no more thinking of his children, no more thinking of his house, his bank balance, his bills, his health, his scannings, his job, boss, colleagues, suppliers. You don't have to think anything now. Now he is very peaceful. Single focus on Krishna, on the scriptures. I'm totally dedicated. I'm completely removed from the things. I don't have to light a fire at home, because traditionally in the Vedic system, grihasthas have to every day light a sacrificial fire in the house. In Bhakti Yoga system, they have to perform an arati. In the normal other kind of systems, if you're not a Bhakti Yogi, other systems, you have to light a fire. Now you don't have to do all that. You don't have to buy ghee, wood to light a fire at home. Don't have to light fire in the kitchen. They used to light fire everywhere. That means in the kitchen, they take this sacrificial fire, they fire the diyas, and then from there they will go and light. Now is a gas cylinder. Now then it was all firewood or cow dung patties. I'll read the shlokas now, you get the clarity with that introduction. Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, text 1 to 4. Krishna is redefining sannyasa. That, and in fact, he's telling our position is better than who has left everything and gone to the mountains. I'll read the translations where possible. I'll read the Sanskrit. Focus on the translations. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, God himself said, God, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself said, Anashtritaha karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sasanyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriyaha. I mean, you cannot be yogi without being sannyasi. Sannyasi is the basic foundation. You can become a yogi. Yogi means connecting with the higher self, with Krishna. If you have to connect, you have to first give up all this wife, children, family, job, all this, give it up. And then only you can connect. But here Krishna is redefining it. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life. And he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no duty. He is a true yogi, he is a true sannyasi. Not the person who doesn't light any fire in the house. He doesn't have a home also. Now he is in the mountains. He is living on some caves. He is drinking some, mountain, some water, some lakes and ponds in the nature. He plucks some fruit and eat. No cooking, nothing. He is just going free, total freedom he is going. But Krishna is telling no. That very few people are at a very matured state they will do. If everybody, that is a solution, then how this world will go on? That is the reason he is telling a person in renounced of life, you yourself also. That means you are a grihastha sannyasi, you are a grihastha yogi. Although you have wife, although you have children, you have parents, you have siblings, you have a job to keep, all these things are there, still you can be a sannyasi and a yogi. How you can be a sannyasi and yogi? It is not physically you give up. You be detached. Although they have your consciousness, you change, you are detached from wife and children, although they are next to you. That means you are connecting the dots to Krishna. Your wife or your husband belongs to Krishna. And then you cooperate with each other, keep Krishna in the center of your life, and then you both become yogis. Okay, I'll read the translations quickly, 2, 3, 4. What is called sannyasa, you should know to be the same as yoga or linking oneself with the Supreme, O son of Pandu, for one can never become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. The other person is given up wife. This person has wife, but still he has given up the desire for sense gratification. Not unnecessarily abusing the body and mind and senses as much as required. Then you are as good as a sannyasi only. Although you are a wife, but you are still a sannyasi and yogi, not that person. How this is a sensational news, right? For one who is a neophyte in the eightfold yoga system, so this chapter and previous chapter he is talking about the Ashtanga yoga. Eightfold yoga system, Ashtanga yoga, work is said to be the means, and for one who is already elevated in yoga, cessation of all material activities is said to be the means. In Ashtanga yoga, there is a beginner and an advanced. There is a white belt, that is a beginner, like brahmachari and then grihastha. And then advanced is like sannyasi is a black belt. I'm talking in martial arts, karate or kung fu. They have belts. For a person who is a beginner, like in white belt, your work is actually going to help you to advance to black belt. Work is said to be the means. Now you are very advanced. You are a black belt stage, like the sannyasi who is shown on the left side. He is a black belt. Yeah, you can assign him black belt and you may be a white belt, but you have to go through these steps of white belt and then to black belt. White belt, yellow belt, brown belt, green belt, black belt, whatever belts they have. I might have told the order wrongly, I don't know. So there are some belts. I know white is beginning, black is like the end of the thing. For him, giving up the job completely, physically giving up is the means. Whereas for a beginner, the work if you don't have, it's very difficult to follow this path of Ashtanga yoga. Now what is Ashtanga yoga is, there are 8 steps. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Now in the grihastha life itself, very advanced grihasthas are there who are on the level of samadhi. What a sannyasi will go to the forest and achieve the samadhi level, a grihastha with wife and children and parents can still achieve the same status as a sannyasi. He doesn't unnecessarily use things for sense gratification. And Krishna is telling, you need a job, you need wife, you need children, you need all this for you to advance until you come to that level. But both are sannyasis only. Only thing is, as the years go by, as you mature, then the stage will come of sannyas where physically you give up, prematurely you don't give up. Don't rush through the process. You wait. I'm just explaining you, both paths are going there the same only. Like Arjuna gets later the doubt, it is clarified. While I am doing this, I may pass away. What will happen? In between, I may die prematurely before I attain Godhead. Krishna answers that. Even if there is no loss in this path, you just shifting quickly and then take the sannyasa path, there is no loss. While you are here, if something happens, still you will be given chance. Again, you have to understand you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. The soul will advance. Only body you may give up. And here comes the answer to this question. The next shloka onwards is all about the mind. Because all the entire Ashtanga Yoga, all the 8 steps are to control the mind, not to have distraction. The moment they have a distraction, they think wife is a distraction, they'll give up wife. Children are distraction, give up children. Home is a distraction, give up home. Job is a distraction, give up everything, and you wear saffron clothes, pick danda and you go. This is the distraction. Why? Because they don't want disturbances. My mind has to be completely dedicated to Krishna. All the 8 steps of Ashtanga Yoga, if I have to follow properly, the best way is this. That's what they decide, and then they take sannyas. Now Arjuna is thinking, how to control my mind? For Ashtanga Yoga level, you are telling both are same. That is easier process, but here I am in this situation, I have so many distractions. How to control my mind, Krishna? Krishna can see Arjuna's face. He is reading it in between lines. He can read his mind, he can read his heart, he can read his facial expressions. What is happening in Arjuna's mind? Krishna knows everything. And then reading his mind, Arjuna, I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, how to control mind. Staying in this situation, in this I am killing people and you want me to be God conscious. It is incompatible, Krishna. How can it be compatible? Boss has asked me 20-page report. How can I go and attend a Bhagavad Gita class when I have this pending action item? I have to give this 20 days. There is a deadline. Today is Saturday. I have to deliver. And you are telling me, do puja. No. Many people give up. They think, how can I do it? Simultaneously, either this or that. They take the choice. So almost 99% of the people, they stopped doing puja at home. There is even 20 years ago, not 20 years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, there was a survey, Pew Research Center. It did a survey of all Hindus. How often they read Bhagavad Gita, at least once a week. 20%. Just read one shloka somewhere, rest. Namka vaste, 20%. 80% don't even know what it is. They don't read even once a month or once a year or something. There is no frequency set. No, I don't have time. They have separated. But here Krishna is telling, no, you don't have to separate. Like this, either they have to take sannyasa path, or if I stay here, forget that. Connecting with the God, I cannot do it. When I am old, I will do it. You ask 100% of people, अरे यार ये बच्चे के टाइम क्या करना है? I will do when I am old. Because they are seeing them separate. Like one person said, hey, what you are talking yaar, Aloo Bonda in Shankaracharya's video. Like that one person gave me a feedback. They are seeing that incompatible, they are separate. But we are teaching the whole world, guys, to integrate this. And that is the best way to do it. So Krishna is talking from this verse onwards is all about mind only. How can I do that? I'm in this situation. This shloka is very nice, one of the very nice shlokas. Uddhared atman atmanam atmanam avasadayet atmaiva hi atmano bandhur atmaiva ripur atmanaha. Atma means here mind. In Sanskrit dictionary, Atma has 3 meanings: body, mind and soul. In this context, Krishna is using it as a mind. One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and the enemy as well. Simultaneously, it has 2 functions. It can be your friend if you make it your friend. It can be your enemy if you leave it alone. If you listen to it, it will become your enemy. It will tell, let me smoke a cigarette. Hey, let us smoke a cigarette. You say, ha, and you will go and smoke a cigarette. But if you make it a friend and say, hey, look, hey, listen, my friend, let's not smoke. It is injurious to health. Make it a, come on, mind. We know it is not good. Let us take a better choice. Then mind will become a friend. Krishna is telling, first analogy he's giving about the mind is friend and enemy. Oh, don't talk harshly to your husband or wife. Why you are talking so harshly to him or her? If your mind is your friend, then you talk very softly. Otherwise, no. People are having this problem. They don't know how to control the mind. They don't want to procrastinate, but anyway they procrastinate. They don't want to smoke, anyway they will smoke. They want to go for a walk, but they don't go for a walk because they're listening to their mind. The mind will work against them. So they lose their health, they lose their wealth, they lose their relationships, they lose their job, everything they lose because they're following the dictations of the mind who will turn into an enemy. But if they dictate the mind and then control, like the reins of a chariot, if you can control the reins, then the chariot will take you wherever you want in proper direction. Otherwise, the horses like pull one this way, that way, the axle will cut, you break down and then fall. First analogy, friend and enemy, mind. And with that, if you have a friend, a well-wishing friend, he will help you to grow. If you have an enemy, he will sabotage you and your progress and you will fall down. So how to control your mind? You got one of the best answers here. That is, make it your friend. Next. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. Therefore, for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already reached. For he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. If you have controlled the mind, like in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we were talking, the dualities of this material world, you are not affected. You stay aloof from victory and defeat, profit and loss, heat and cold. Why people are seeing them different? Because they don't have a control over the mind. A person who has a control over the mind, profit, yeah, okay. Loss, okay. I focus on the process. Profit or loss, it's Krishna's call. It's not in my hands. Let me focus on the process. I'll not get disturbed. I lose 20 crores. What can be done? I lose a job. What can be done? I'll just search for another job. Very patiently. I'll pick up again. I won't get disturbed. If I get disturbed, oh, I lost my job. I go on booze. I take drugs, and then that is the end of life. I don't go home. I'll run away from home. I cannot take the pressure. Then the mind is dictating. Even if something happens, you are not perturbed, you are not disturbed. Yes, something has happened, an event has happened. But you will pick up from there. You are very strong mentally and you will apply for another job and then you go on. You build up your relationships and you go on like that. A person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi or mystic when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it is pebbles, stones or gold, as the same. You see this. This is the master your mind. When we upload it on YouTube, you will see the thumbnail. In that print is there, master your mind. So you can also design your destiny. Destiny cannot be changed. You can change your destiny by mastering your mind. Krishna gives this. Once you master your mind, or in the process of mastering your mind, you have to see heat and cold, honor and dishonor, gold and stone. Stone, pattar or sona, same. Externally, it has a market value, we all understand. Internally, you don't give much importance. Somebody has 1 kg gold or 1 kg stone, it really doesn't matter. Your values are different. It is nothing to do with gold and stone. Friends and enemies. Even if your friend, that is where Bhagavad Gita started, no? Hey, he's my friend, hey, he's my relative. So what? Even if your enemy does something nice, that guy is correct. He's following dharma. Maybe you don't like him, or he don't like you. He's your enemy because he considers you as an enemy. But he's doing something nice, you appreciate. Oh, because he's my enemy, even if he does good also, bad also, I will mix everything. Not really. And somebody is your friend and he does some crime. Hey, mera friend hai na. You overlook that. You should not. What you should do is, the vision is dharma vision. You see with the lens of dharma. And with that dharma vision, that your friend and enemy, even if your friend does a mistake, it's a mistake. Your enemy does a nice, good thing, it's a good thing. You see the activity, you don't see who has performed it. If somebody makes a comment, Krishna is God, it doesn't matter whether he is born in some other country or he is not born among Hindu family. He may be a foreigner, he may be an atheist, but he says, yeah, it looks like Krishna is the supreme. Then we accept it. And then a bhakta, so-called, he is wearing kanti mala, he is wearing tilak, and he does some nonsense. Just because he looks like a devotee, but he does some nonsense, we distance from him. He is a demon in a devotee dress, we will distance him. And somebody may be in a demon dress, but he is more like a devotee, then we accept him. This is what it means. When you master your mind, you are crystal clear what are the values and how to align yourself with that. So your well-wishers and strangers, you treat alike. A stranger comes to your house, you welcome him, give him a glass of water. Hey, you are from which country, which way you are going, please come sit. Only your well-wisher comes, you treat him nicely. Your stranger comes, Atiti Devo Bhava. That means the guests you will treat equally, whether he is a stranger or an enemy. So this is what is mastering your mind. If somebody plays well against your own country and he hits a goal, you appreciate it. Hey, he's a very good player. Although our country lost the match, but really the other team played very well. This is what is mastering your mind. So from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Krishna is talking about this. A person is still considered further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral mediators, the envious, friends and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with an equal mind. This is how you must have your outlook and attitude towards your outside world, external world. Internally, you are aligned with Krishna, then you don't give. Somebody has a lot of gold, hey, he's my best friend. Somebody is having no gold, only some stones. He's not so rich. हमको फायदा नहीं, वो क्या देगा, क्या use है? It's not like that. You see the character, internal character, who is more dharmic. So your scale is different. From here onwards, the next verse onwards, from 11, 12 to almost, further down, another 20, 30 things is all talking about this only. To practice yoga, one should go. This Ashtanga Yoga process, Krishna is explaining in detail. What he is explaining about the Ashtanga Yoga. I'll put the slide first, and as I read, you can look at the slide and the image and understand how to prepare for meditation. Now Krishna is coming. You saw the two paths. Arjuna is walking towards Krishna on the same mountain. There is one path. There is another path where that sannyasi is walking towards Krishna. There are two distinct paths, but you will reach the same place, and you are better off, or you don't have any disadvantage staying in this grihastha life, and he doesn't have any extra advantage against you. And in fact, now Krishna is contrasting the two paths. Arjuna, you have to control your mind. Not only in this path, you are thinking it is very difficult to control, that's easy to control. It's not easy. You must understand, Krishna is understanding what is going on in Arjuna's mind, even though Arjuna is not speaking every verse of alternating. Krishna speaks one shloka, Arjuna speaks one shloka. No. We see there is a dialogue happening. Krishna can see Arjuna's face, his facial expressions, his mind. In a conversation, he's able to read. Arjuna is still thinking that taking sannyas and going, throwing away his weapons, is ideal in his circumstances. But Krishna is telling, you think that path is more easier? No, not at all. In fact, your path is easier. That path is even more difficult. That's how he explains how to prepare for meditation, how to control your mind. He is explaining that path of the sannyasi, the Ashtanga Yoga path where the sannyasi is going. That path he is explaining here. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place. That means they should not, like today they have yoga clubs. 10,000 people doing yoga with the chief minister of a state or a country or some big organization. That is not yoga. You have to go to a secluded place. Nirmanusha, there is nobody there. Alone. How many of you can do it? Difficult, right? Krishna is telling that path is not easy, Arjuna. It's not a joke. You think this is too much troublesome, you want to throw and then want to take that path is having all these problems. How can you do it? So this is what you should do. Can you do yoga like this? This person I have shown in the image. He's sitting in a secluded place. We want to watch TV 20 minutes at least, otherwise I cannot chant my Hare Krishna. Integrating. There you go, in 3 days you will go mad. You will become mental delirium. He's explaining this, how difficult it is. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusha grass. See, he has put kusha grass on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place, like where Ganga or Yamuna is flowing and you go to Haridwar, those kind of places. You cannot do yoga in a city like Bengaluru, Kolkata, Delhi, Madras, New York, all these places. You cannot do, although many people are doing yoga business, yoga club. They have black card, white card, yellow card, different fees they are taking. But that is not actually yoga. Some physical exercise in the name of yoga they are doing, which is beneficial for your health. That way it is okay. I also do a little bit of that. But the real yoga, what Krishna is talking about is, this is how you must do. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses and activities and fixing the mind on one point. One should hold one's body straight. Now I am sitting like this. Where you have to sit very straight like this. One should hold one's body, neck and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose, thus with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear. Fear I should have shown instead of peacock, some tiger there or a snake. Because in the forest anything can happen. You can be attacked by wild animals. Subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life. Underline font 42, red, underline italics. Completely free from sex life. So what we are teaching in the yoga clubs is not yoga, because this itself it will fail. Guaranteed it will fail. One should meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. Thus, practicing constant control of body, mind and activities, the mystic transcendentalist, his mind regulated, attains to the kingdom of God by cessation of material existence. There is now he tells all these things he will attain, and Arjuna is already discouraged now. Krishna is winning. And Arjuna is discouraged now here because next dialogue comes where Arjuna says it's very difficult for this yoga practice. What you are telling, the Ashtanga yoga, yama, niyama, asana, pratyahara, dharana, samadhi, all these 8 steps going, and the samadhi level you will go back to Krishna's kingdom. But while you are doing your job, while you are married, playing with your children, you can still go back to Krishna, which is more easier. Which is more adaptable. This has its challenges and difficulties. That also has different set of challenges and difficulties. So for our kind of consciousness, 1% people can follow the other path. 99% of the people are in this path, which is better. So Krishna is so kind, so compassionate. God himself is telling everybody cannot take that hard path, sitting on deer skin and practicing with nobody around. I will go mad. I'm scared. If my wife is not around me, she feeds me something, lunch or breakfast, how will I survive? I think next day I will die. I'm scared. We are surrounded with people. If I don't have some people there alone, what I will do in the forest? Can I do it? Then immediately say, Krishna, I'll surrender to you. I will just practice at home with my beautiful, nice wife. I'll stay here. Thank you, Krishna, for clarifying this. Kitna bhi problem ho, yehi acha hai. True or not true? That's why Arjuna is also getting slowly this clarification. Mind control, this is more tough. Here also anything can happen. A tiger can come, a snake can come, scorpion can come. There will be heavy rain, hailstorm, forest fire. Things are changing around you all the time. It's not like so nice, peaceful, I go. No. Krishna further explains. Here sometimes I can do overeating. I like, wow, I eat. But there the things are very difficult. Whether you do bhakti yoga, you are staying as a grihastha or as a sannyasa, it is minor tweaking, but controlling the mind is a common factor. And this tripod of health, these 2 shlokas are also very common factor in the both areas. Here you may be cooking and eating, there you may be eating just raw fruits and nuts, whatever is available there. The point is, this tripod of health has 3 legs. To be a yogi, a bhakti yogi, a grihastha yogi, also this is very important. A sannyasa yogi who goes to the forest with nobody around him, for him also this is very, very important. Eating, sleeping, recreation are the 3 legs of our good health. When that is there, on the top you see he is a photographer, he is using the camera work. And that work you can do properly, whether it is spiritual work or material work at office, everything you can do properly if these 3 are very steady. If any of these legs is wobbling, there the camera will shake and you will not get the right picture or photo. It will be not nice work. For doing a proper work, you need this tripod of health. We have a separate video on our channel called as Tripod of Health. Please watch that later. And it will give you more details, but here briefly I'll anyway explain. There is no possibility of once becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. Yukta means regulated, timely, and right amount. Right amount and right time. If you do yukta ahara, then you will stay healthy. I failed to follow this for 1 month, and next month I am already sick. I have observed it. It's a personal experience. It's so difficult, getting up, cooking. One day, let us relax. We relax. Next day we are out. We are already not feeling good. It may be tough to get up and cook and eat at the right time. It is really challenging, but the benefits are many. It's very easy. Your mind will tell, relax now, aaj thoda. No need. Let us just leave it. One day kya hota hai? Thoda fasting also is good. but something else happens. This regulated, if your mind is well controlled and your mind is your friend, then you can follow this. You want to sleep 9, 10 like that, and suddenly you see there is a nice movie, you will watch movie until 11. Next day you are all like groggy, no energy. One day you don't follow, immediately your body and mind are all like not cooperating with you. Krishna is giving these beautiful instructions. Many people don't know that in Bhagavad Gita, this Krishna is talking about this tripod of health. They think Bhagavad Gita is do some puja and some god somewhere. I just go and beg him my desires and he has to fulfill. He is my order supplier. Order supplier means I go to a restaurant, supplier will come. What is on the menu? Okay, bring me one masala dosa and after that give me one coffee. He's order supplier. He takes the order. Okay, sir. He will go and serve your masala dosa. Similarly, I go to temple. Hey God, give me one beautiful wife. Give me one beautiful son. Give me a job. Give me wealth. Order supplier. So God has to take your order and then fulfill. And if it doesn't fulfill, that God is not good, I change my God. There are so many gods. If this God is not satisfying your supplying your order, you go to some other God. This temple is not satisfying you, that temple you go, because your senses are not gratified, your wishes are not fulfilled, then you give up. It's very, very important to control the mind from disturbances of all these, and you have to do this yourself. It is challenging to get up and cook. You want to go to God and tell, find a robot which will feed me, which will wipe my mouth, then I want to find a tablet. I just take that. 1 week I don't have to eat, cook, nothing. One tablet will solve my problem. All lazy solutions we are trying to find out. And now recently it may be good. In the available circumstances, it's the best choice. Like there are people who are taking insulin twice a day, thrice a day. Now they have come up with one system of insulin. You take once a week, then you don't have to, take insulin twice a day. You have to poke yourself with the needle. It's a good system, but they're not solving the root cause. Why it has come? It is a global pandemic or epidemic, whatever. I don't know the technical words or that medical words. Check the dictionary. So much. Every third person is having diabetes, or every second person is having diabetes. It is growing every day, and we don't solve that. We find a solution to tweak it. Instead of taking every day twice insulin, oh, clap, give him an award, he will get a Nobel Prize or something. In the future, in the medical field, he may get some award. But Krishna is asking to address the root cause. He's telling, focus on your nutrition, focus on your detox. Sleeping is the best detox. Sleep at the proper time, regulated time, good number of hours. And without recreation, all work and no play makes John a dull boy. We know this kahavat in English. Without recreation, your mind goes blind. All this, how to master my mind, how to control my mind, everything is important. Here Krishna is giving more clues. Maintain your nutrition, maintain your sleep, maintain your recreation. When you do all this, then you will have a better chance of controlling your mind. Not just 3 minutes I hear to mantra in the morning. It's a whole package. It is a whole system. And some people they chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yes, I chant 16 rounds a day. I found it very useful to control my mind. It's helping me all these things. But I have to do all these things. I have to focus on my nutrition also. I have to focus on my sleep also. I have to focus on my recreation also. In addition, they are interdependent. When this tripod of health is very good, my chanting is so good. When my chanting is so good, then I get a beautiful mind which will help me. My intelligence is more sharper. My sword of knowledge is more sharper. And then I can do this work nicely. I can cook nicely. I can sleep nicely. I can entertain myself very nicely. Proper time, proper amounts. Everything is organized properly. You cannot just do one thing. Then it will become like very troublesome. Even your chanting becomes a drudgery. I'm releasing one video shortly. how even devotional life, if you don't do without proper recreation, just as a very, like you take it like any other job, very seriously, very like this, it becomes a drudgery and you feel you are not finding the results. If you really want to have proper results, don't take Bhakti Yoga as a drudgery. You be creative and do all these things more nicely, properly, happily, then it will give you excellent results. That is what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. Don't take one part, convenient part, and then give up. Chanting is easy, so I pick up chanting. Cooking is difficult, I give up cooking. No, you have to take both. Both instructions of Krishna are equally important. And this is the result of that, having a steady mind. And these are the benefits of having a steady mind, common mind, that your mind should become, which was restless, it will completely become still. When you practice all those things what Krishna is telling, it totally becomes still, like in a windless room. It is not wavering, it becomes a steady. You can do this experiment. Light a lamp today at home, keep it in, close all the doors and windows, keep it in one place, look at the lamp. It will stay very, very steady. Maybe switch on a fan or you open the window where some breeze is coming, then it starts wavering. Krishna is giving you one more analogy here. How a disciplined mind will be not wavering, it will be very, very steady mind. 18th shloka to 23rd shloka is again what happens when you have a steady mind, steady as a lamp, and a disciplined mind. He's talking about this. When the yogi, by practice of yoga, disciplines his mental activities and becomes situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires, he is said to be well established in yoga. As a lamp in a windless place does not waver, so the transcendentalist whose mind is controlled remains always steady in his meditation on the transcendent self. Please do this activity, light a lamp in a closed room, observe how it is, and then bring it into a windy place, how it wavers. Pictorially I have represented. You actually do the activity, then you will absorb this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita even better. It's a small 2 minutes activity. Please try to do it today itself, if possible. In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, samadhi is the 8th stage of Ashtanga Yoga. Samadhi is the final stage. One's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of greatest difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. So these are the joys Krishna is explaining. Unshaken. Unshaken in any kind of difficulty. And freedom from all miseries. A steady mind will bring you into all this. Now, let us see what Krishna tells further. He says, as you are trying to control the mind and making it a friend and dictating it and lovingly, you do all this tripod of health, maintain all these things properly, and you are getting these kind of results, your mind is becoming steady, but occasionally something will happen. You are every day cooking morning, right time, right place, every day in the evening, going at the right time, right place, going to sleep proper time. Recreation once a week, you have this recreation, doing it nicely at right amount, right time, right kind of recreation. And then you are following other things, whatever Krishna is suggesting, everything you are doing like clockwise precision. But clock is precise, but circumstances are not always steady. Things will happen. And things will happen, disturbances will happen. Like here I am showing this, a disturbance in your wealth or in health can happen. And then endless thoughts will come. Then there will be success, there will be failure. Then there will be a distraction. And you have to each time when there is a disturbance, when there is suddenly wind will come. You kept your lamp nicely windless, now it is suddenly wind will come. That's what Krishna is explaining. He's telling it is not constant. Once you are lighted and kept it in a proper place, it doesn't stay like that. It still needs to be maintained properly, and you have to still take care of your other things, other disturbances. Suddenly you go, and then by the time you come back, the oil is over, the lamp is off. It cannot be. So there will be disturbances. Krishna is explaining. One should engage oneself in the practice of yoga with determination and faith, and not be deviated from the path. One should abandon without exception all material desires born of mental speculation, and thus control all the senses on all sides by the mind, gradually, step by step. So if you are all beginners, you have come to our channel and just trying to learn, Krishna is explaining, you are all beginners, white belt. You will find these distractions and disturbances, but Krishna is telling, have faith. This system works. 100% have faith in Krishna and Bhagavad Gita knowledge. It will take time. Just like karate to get black belt, it will take years of practice. This also is no different. There is no 2-minute hacks like that. You have to go step by step. You have to practice, and then only it will happen. Krishna later clarifies that. Oh, this is very troublesome. Krishna tells, by suitable practice, Arjuna, it is possible. So again, he is explaining, step by step you go, little by little, one step at a time. Don't expect, suddenly I will get 3 lakh rupees job. You join 30,000 rupees job. You work for a couple of years, then you will get 10% increment, maybe 35,000, then slowly 40, then inflation you are beating, but suddenly you get 1 hour promotion. Step by step you grow your career. Some people want instantly. That will happen for 1 in a billion people who will become multi-millionaire in one job. But for common people, it is step by step. Please go step by step, and with full conviction, with full intelligence, you go step by step. The mind should be fixed on this process and on the self only. Self-interest you should have. Your soul interest, not the body interest. And then the technique is, you see, I have put a compass here. If you're not observed, I'm just explaining. There is a compass. Compass always, whatever way you shake, and you leave it there, it always points towards the north. The needle, compass needle, always towards the north. So we have a compass in our mind. There will be disturbance, then it will go around like this. Some disturbance in wealth, some disturbance in health, some disturbance in family, some disturbance in the job. Then the needle moves. But it has to settle towards the north. Here I am showing Krishna. The needle has to bring back to Krishna only. There is a disturbance, you bring it back. This analogy we generated for your understanding. It is not in Bhagavad Gita, but this bringing back the mind, Krishna is explaining. Wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. The yogi whose mind is fixed on me verily attains the highest perfection of transcendental happiness. He is beyond the mode of passion. He realizes his qualitative identity with the Supreme, and thus he is freed from all reactions of past misdeeds. If past sins are there, that also is washed off. And thus the self-controlled yogi, constantly engaged in yoga practice, becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. If you see, Krishna is mixing both. Sometimes he tells this, sometimes he tells that the two paths is intermixing, and at the same time explaining that also has its own challenges. But for your attitude, for your mentality, even in the earlier chapters, Krishna told the same thing. If you suddenly quit everything and go there, you still have desires about your wife and kids and all that. And then you become a sannyasi, then you become a pretender. This path, an honest grihastha is always better than a pretentious sannyasi. Krishna is telling this again and again. Suddenly, knee-jerk reaction, too troublesome. You become a sannyasi or a brahmachari in an ashram. Because life is too troublesome, you take it as an escapist route without proper maturity, then you are a pretender. Krishna is telling, don't be a pretender. Arjuna, I know you. So that's why you always need a guru who has to take sannyas, who has to take brahmacharya, who has to stay in grihastha life. You need a guru. He knows your conditioning. He knows your attitudes. He knows your desires. Your coach knows everything about you. Then he will fix you here. 99% of the people's mentality and mindset and consciousness, they are better off as grihasthas, as married people. 1%, maybe 0.1%, 0.001% only suitable for the other path directly. They can take it. But for normal people like me, it has to be this step-by-step process only. Step by step, slowly and steadily. Finally, you integrate into that path and go back to Krishna. A true yogi observes me in all beings. And then by doing this, Krishna is telling, he is coming back to Arjuna's path. There also in the forest, you will see all beings. But here in the city, you will see more beings. And you have to see, as a yogi, as a bhakti yogi, you have to see Krishna in everybody and everybody in Krishna. That is the consciousness. So he's telling, changing your position is not important as much as changing your consciousness. This is where he is telling this. Seeing God everywhere should be your consciousness. I showed some animals, I showed some trees, I showed some birds, then I showed some people. And in everyone there is God. That means there is Paramatma. And we must understand Paramatma and Krishna are same. Paramatma is just an expansion of Krishna. Krishna is the origin of Paramatma. And once we understand this Paramatma consciousness, in everybody there is God, then you start your hatred, you reduce your anger, you reduce your hatred. Everything comes to more balance. Then you can control your mind properly when you see God everywhere. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. This will come again in the next chapter. How to know Krishna or how to see Krishna all the time. That will come again. This is a continuation, beautiful. 7th chapter will come. After the 6th chapter, this again he will explain. Remember this slide. I'll move it because this is elaborately explained in the next chapter. I will quickly skip this. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true equality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress, O Arjuna. And then after Krishna tells all this, Arjuna has a question, a beautiful question. He tells Krishna, you are explaining all this. My mind is restless. How to control? You are explaining like tripod of health, make your mind your friend. All these things I am understanding. But it is very tough to make it my friend. It's very, very restless. He's defining mind as very, very restless, stubborn, obstinate. Arjuna Uvacha, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. For the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Chanchalam hi manaha Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayorivasu dushkaram. Uncontrolled mind is restless, turbulent, difficult to control. And controlled mind is, Krishna is giving the answer, how to control the mind is by practice and detachment, makes it possible. Krishna is answering, Bhagavan Uvacha, definitely Arjuna, I agree with you. Asamshayam mahabaho manodurnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Detachment two ways. Physically move 1,000 kilometers away from your wife, go into the forest. Stay next to your wife, but don't be attached. This is what is Vairagya. And this person is a true Vairagi than that person who physically distances himself by 1,000 kilometers. Krishna is telling, yes, it can be done. In your situation, You have to practice this detachment by changing your consciousness, not physical distance, but in the mind. You create a distance that this particular soul is a blessing of Lord Krishna to me. She has come into my life. I have to protect her. I have to take care of her, all her needs, all her desires, and very beautifully understand that she is a part and parcel of Krishna. Similarly, she also thinks my husband is a part and parcel of Krishna, and with a different vision, with a different consciousness. And you have to practice. It doesn't come in 2 minutes hacks. Day in and day out, you have to practice this. And this consciousness has to be developed. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. You have to come back to this channel again and again. I listen to my lectures again later because I forget. Forgetfulness happens. I come back and listen to this lecture again. Maybe after a month or 2 months, I'll come back. Mind is very restless. Hey, what did I speak on that day? Let me check my channel. I'll go here. My mind is too disturbed. I come to this chapter. 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita is there. I myself told so many students on that day, let me see what I spoke on that day and go through this for an hour or 1.5 hours. Then I feel good. Then whatever I've forgotten, revision. It is a daily constant practice. It is not that you finish Bhagavad Gita course in 3 months and then done, you are done, dusted. No. It is a constant practice. Regularly you have to revisit and revisit, and if a suitable practice and detachment, it has to be done. And Arjuna asks, still he feels failure can happen. It's material world. In spite of doing all this, picking up all these things, he's telling, what happens if I fail? Why he's asking this is, I go there, sannyas, completely physically distancing from all this job, wife, children, everything. There he's still, Arjuna seeing that is higher chances of success, he's thinking there. Here something may happen that I may lose, or even there also he may lose. In the forest, a tiger may eat him off before even he starts his meditation. Both places he sees, yes, he has taken a decision and he is going into the forest. There he may, before attaining his success, he may pass away. Then what happens? And here also, in this life, in city life, I am practicing before I go to forest. Here itself I get destroyed or die, or I fall down, something may happen here. Krishna is telling, don't worry. Your effort is never lost. Whatever you are doing good is never lost. It is your permanent asset. Material asset, your bank balance can be lost, permanently lost. This will be never lost. Arjuna Uvacha. O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism? O mighty on Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a raven cloud with no position in any sphere? Is he totally destroyed? Nagarka, Nagatka. He's practicing spiritual life and he's getting maybe 1 or 2 less promotions, but he's balancing both the tracks. And then suddenly he loses this. He's nowhere. And he's also comparing. If I become a sannyas and completely distanced, maybe I have more chances of success there. Here, will I not be destroyed more easily? So Krishna is telling, this is my doubt, Krishna, and I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. O Arjuna, O son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Short span he practices 2-3 years and he leaves this process. No loss. His account is there, so he will go to the higher planet systems. Long practice he does, and again he falls. Still he goes to the higher planet systems, and once they enjoy the higher planet systems, that life there, they come back to this earthly planets. Short account they have, they will be born in a very, very rich princely family. Many people think better short. Long if you practice, they will be born in the family of a Brahmanas or Vaishnavas. He practiced for many years. Last minute he made some mistake and he got destroyed. Still, because of that assets he has built over the years, he will go to the heavenly planets, again come back to the earthly planets, and this time short practice. There are two types: short practice and long practice. Short practice did not succeed. He will be born in a wealthy family or a kingly family, aristocratic family. Long practice he did, that means he is better off. So directly he will start from childhood itself, and then he will perfect his life. Eventually, if not this life, next life. Even great stories are there in Srimad Bhagavatam, like Bharat Maharaj story. He is born as a deer because he got attracted to a deer, fell in love with deer, and then next life he becomes another transcendentalist, and then he attains perfection. There are many stories like that, and here Krishna is explaining that don't worry, Arjuna, don't think too much. Again, your mind, you are thinking too much, what will happen. Don't think so much. Come back to this faith and practice this, and you will see perfection. Don't worry, in this life also you will be successful. Next life also, if at all some mishap happens, you will be successful. Don't think of failure. Some people know, they come to my shop and they'll say, they're buying a gift and it's a little bit fragile. They'll say, if I drop it, will it break? They are not even purchased, and to purchase they are saying something which when dropped. I said, everything in my shop when dropped, it will get damaged, if not break into pieces like glass. It will have a dent or it will get some damage. Don't think so much, sir or madam. See what is nice and keep it. If it is going to break, why I'm keeping lakhs and lakhs of stock here? If I'm scared it will fall, it will break. You're buying one item, na? You're not buying a whole shop. I am not worried. It will fall and it will break. Why you are worried? Don't worry, don't think all that. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't think of this failure in yoga. It is a permanent asset. You will always be successful even if there is a delay. So come back to faith in Krishna and Krishna's words in Bhagavad Gita. This is the only path, the best path, where your success is guaranteed even after a failure. Just stay faithful to this system. Krishna is telling, answering Arjuna's. And then the difference we are talking here. Purvabhyasena tenaiva. No, by virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principle. If he is born in a Brahmana family, automatically attracted and he will grow. Now Krishna is telling, text number 46 and 47, Krishna is talking about this. You see all these people in this world, Tapasvi, Gnani, Karmi, and a simple family man like Arjuna. Krishna is telling a simple family man like Arjuna is far superior. Actually, there is no comparison. He is above. A tapasvi. Externally, he looks like a tapasvi. And externally, he looks like a gnani. And a karmi, like he's working very, very hard. All these people have restless mind. Krishna is telling, ultimately, you become a yogi under all circumstances. Whether you are a tapasvi or a gnani or a karmi, whatever, you become a karma yogi, gnana yogi, and then this ashtanga yogi. You must connect with me. That is a must. Even if you go to forest also, with a selfish motive, life is too disturbing. There it will be very peaceful, nice. I can see the stars, I can see the birds. You go there for peace or for whatever selfish motives. You are going for a benefit purchase. These are the benefits. You pay $1, you get this much benefits. Don't go for a benefit purchase. That means with a selfish motive, don't go. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is there. Similar things in Chaitanya Charitamrita is there. Bhukti kami, mukti kami, siddhi kami, sakali ashanta. They are all restless mind. They have no shanti. completely mind is restless. Why? Because they have a motive. The Muktikami is thinking, I'll merge into the Brahmajyoti. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti sabdhyate. I want to merge into the Brahmajyoti. That means Kami means he wants his senses to be gratified. He has a motive for himself to be better off. He's hankering for something. I want to merge into the Brahmajyoti. Bhukti Kami, I want better bank balance, better car, better wealth. This, he's working. All the fruitive activities he's doing in the Karmakanda portions of the yogas, of the Vedas. Krishna is telling, please, even in that path, change it. Make me the goal. Instead of becoming a Gnani, you become a Gnana Yogi. Instead of becoming a Karmi, become a Karma Yogi. And even like this, Siddhis, they are thinking Ashta Siddhis they will get if I follow this Tapasya, austerities, Ashtanga Yoga, I'll get some Siddhis. Why? From sitting here, I should be able to get that gold in somewhere in the gold mine and drag it into with me. They're all hankering for some selfish motives. Krishna is telling, don't be selfish. Be in all circumstances a yogi. And again in yogi, suppose you cannot directly practice bhakti yogi, you can be a karma yogi. That's why I have given one video in this our YouTube channel. If you cannot is a title. Please go and watch this. If you cannot do this, you do this. If you cannot do this, you do this. If you cannot do this, you do this. Like that, so many options. Krishna is very kind. He is giving many options according to our circumstances. Adapt that. But in all respects, be a yogi. And among the yogis, Bhakti Yogi is the highest. That is the declaration of Krishna. And the first six chapters will be completed with that Charama Shloka, where Krishna declares this Bhakti Yogi is the topmost among all the yogis. It is like the pinnacle. It is the black belt of all the yoga systems. Become a Bhakti Yogi. Many people think, hey, he is with wife, his children, he is practicing Bhakti Yogi. See, that man is wearing saffron, he is sitting in the ashram, he is superior. But according to Krishna, this person is superior, not a person who doesn't light fire. This Grihastha couple who light a fire, cook for Krishna, offer to Krishna, they are far superior than the other Tapasvi, Gnani, Karmi, or all those people. Bhakti Yogi is the highest. A yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the fruity worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances be yogi. Tapasvibhyo adhiko yogi, gnanibhyopi mato adhikaha, karmibhyaschadiko yogi, tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. And then the Charama Shloka 47 is Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatamo mataha. My mata, my oath, my opinion. Krishna is telling, my opinion. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me with no selfish motives. Loving service means, no, I don't want anything, I don't want anything, I don't want anything, I want nothing, I want only you, Krishna, nothing else in life. Then he is the best. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So in all respects, Bhagavad Gita is telling all the people, he is explaining all the systems, Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, different things that are available in the marketplace he is teaching, but ultimately he is directing all the souls. Even if you are in that system, just change your consciousness, connect to me. You may be a tapasvi. Now, so far you have done tapasvi for some Ashta Siddhis. They are all useless. Now change the course, become a Bhakti Yogi. You have been trying to become one with the Brahmajyoti. For many years, you have been practicing this Gnana Yoga. Turn, become Bhakti Yogi. Now you are a Karmi, become Karma Yogi, and then turn into Bhakti Yogi. Everybody is inviting into this final ultimate path of Bhakti Yoga. Thank you very much for listening to me today. And thank you very much for being a part of this divine journey. As I said, first 6 chapters, technically, the Acharyas call it as Karma Yoga. Last 6 chapters are Gnana Yoga, and the middle 6 chapters are Bhakti Yoga, which is very carefully, confidentially protected with the 2 covers of any book. This has 2 covers, right? This book has 2 covers. This side one cover, this side one cover, hard bound. In between is the chapters. Similarly, the 6 chapters and the last 6 chapters, first 6 chapters, last 6 chapters cover the middle 6 chapters. We are entering into that middle, the most confidential part of Bhagavad Gita. And the 7th chapter begins with a question: how can we know God? And this journey will continue. Please stay tuned with us. And we have completed, and congratulations to you also. You have also completed. And next chapter is knowing the Supreme. How can we know God? And please like, share, subscribe if you find it very useful. Stay with the journey, and don't spam people. Only those people who respect your opinion, please forward to them. Tell them about this channel and the benefits they are going to get. Have a great day. Hare Krishna.